In June
officials of the World Bank, the coordinating minister of the economy, and some other members of the President Tinubu economic team are in this meeting for the public presentation of the second edition of the Nigeria Development Update for 2023. It is a biannual report by the World Bank that assesses economic and social development and prospects for the country.
The Federal Executive Council,
the World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, sets the tone for the conversation.
The Nigeria Development Update, every 6 months, we try to provide very publicly our assessment of where Nigeria stands, what are the challenges currently confronting Nigeria, as well as occasionally a spotlight on the longer-term development agenda. This is part of the effort to try and, provide more basis for an informed public discourse.
Questions about inflation and the current Naira scarcity are at the core of the discussions during the panel session.
Addressing the issue of the Naira scarcity. Yes, unfortunate, and really the history of that lies in the Naira redesign policy. There was a lot of apprehension with respect to where this was all going to end, whether at the end of the year currency would no longer be good for legal tender, and many started hoarding. This is really what happened. Many started hoarding. Happily, the Supreme Court has decided, very clearly that the currencies will be valid post the end of the year.
The two key foreign exchange consumers, over 50% of import spending is on fuel and food. The refineries are coming on stream. The government is looking to persuade Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerians abroad to save their dollars in instruments that are attractive and that are safe in Nigeria.
Other questions from the audience focus on exchange rate stabilization, as well as exports and imports.
We have consistent raw material exports. We realize that the value addition to those raw material provide us more FX revenue. So now the administration is now focusing on processes or policies that will help to facilitate the creation of industries.
Then, of course, the backlog of foreign exchange forwards, which is obviously something dear to many people's hearts. We've already settled the outstandings of, I think, about 31 banks. On the rest, we are in negotiations as to the way and manners which those are also going to be settled. And in fact, the process of settling them has started.
Although the Nigeria Development Report commends the federal government for its economic reforms, it strongly recommends that the government take urgent steps to control inflation, sustain savings from the petrol subsidy reforms, and remove trade barriers.